I'll narrate afterwards what happened.
Just waiting for 4x4 round to come up. Been doing heaps of practice. Still can't crack that 1 minute 30, but I think I've been watching a lot of people, talking to a lot of people, trying to see what I can do. Essentially, what I need to do is it just comes down to turn faster. Just turn faster. And if I can do that, then I think I can crack my times 4x4.
Here we go. Ready. Today we're going through some 4x4 tips and tricks. This is my MoYu AoSu V7 triple track, which you can buy from Cube. Let's scramble it up and scrambled. So the step one, and you'll see the steps down here, and I'll also include in the bottom time codes in the description so you can skip ahead and skip backwards to any of the sections you want to look at. So the first step is looking at the centers. We'll just stick with white and yellow. I'm going to see there's a yellow bar here, and that looks about it. When I try to make my centers, I want to keep the yellow bar, and I'll try and influence any other pieces that I can in order to make the solution better and faster. So for example, if I bring that up to here, those aren't a pair, so it's not that good. And I really want to have the white over here. So I can see this one's here and that one's there. So I'll bring that around and bring it up. So I have my white bar here, the yellow one here. So I'm going to do this so that they're opposite each other. That way they're not going to interfere with each other. Having a look at the next pieces that I want, I can see there's a yellow here and a yellow there. So I'll bring that round, and I can see I want to bring it here. And then same thing, I've got that. And then for the last one with the yellow block here, you don't want to disturb this. So I'm going to move the white here, bring it up, and then bring it down. That's my yellow and white centers. The next step is to start pairing up the white edge pieces. I don't really have very good advice for this, except just get in there and do it. So let's do a quick solve montage. Okay. Double parity. Ready. Okay, so we're using our Yao method, and so we'll have our white and yellow center, 3 white edges made, and the next part is to start working on the centers. Now I always like to have my BOGR, or as I like to call it, my BOGR solution. So let's start with blue, because we've got this bit here clear, we can use that for rotation. So I've got a blue line here, and I have a quick check. I can see here's an orange one here, so that's quite handy. I can bring that up, move that to there. I've got green, and then I've got red. Now before I don't go around to blue straight away, I'll stay on red and I'll solve that one, because you've already got part of it made. So then we can go to blue, orange, and then green's done. Now for the final 2 edge white pieces, we don't have a great solution here, but what I like to do is, rather than bring it down and have that, then you've got to pop it up the top and bring it down and all sorts of things like that. I'll slice, put that here, and then you slice back. All the centers are restored, and then you have your piece go in as necessary. The next part is the 6-2 edge pairing. Normally on Yao, you do 3-2-3 edge pairing, where you slice first, start to pair them up, and then slice back, do another 2, and then do 3, and just keep doing that way. With 6-2, you start pairing before you do the slice. So I'll have a quick scan, and I'll go through a couple of the special cases as well. There's no special case here that I can see at the moment, because there are no pairs already made. The way 6-2 works is you do your pairing first. So I've got green, yellow there, which is here. Green, yellow to green, yellow. Red, blue to red, blue. That was lucky. Blue and yellow to blue and yellow. I'll slice, and now you can see 1, 2, 3 are paired.
Same time as before.
No PLL. No PLL or OLL parity that time. It's still got the same time. That's terrible. First scramble ended up being an E1 because there was some sort of misscramble, a problem with the scramble, and so the first solve was not counted, and so we got an extra solve to start off with. I got it almost exactly the same time, so yay. Ready.
I've got green, orange there, yellow, orange there, red, green there. And this is the special, one of the first special cases. I'm going to do a double rotation, bring that back. And then when you solve it all, we can see we have just one pair here that needs the edge flipping, and bring it back. And then you've got your 3x3 stage. So that was the first special case where you form a pair either during the pairing process or at the start. Let's do another one. We have blue and yellow here, so pair that up there. Red and yellow there, which is over here. Orange and green, which is here. Slice. Now I can see I've got 1, 2, 3 paired up. Red and blue there, which is here. Green and red, yellow and orange. And then we just end up with our regular 2. And we're done. So you can see it's heaps quicker because you go 1, 2, 3 slice, 1, 2, 3 slice back, then you've got 2 left. PR. Would have preferred 129, but you know, we'll go with that. Okay, let's go through edge pairing again. Green and red. Green and red. Red and yellow to red and yellow. That was lucky. Green and orange, super lucky. Slice. Red and blue. Orange and blue. Blue and slice back. And this is a special case where they've actually all solved for us, which means you don't have to do the pairing edge flipping pairing back case, which is really good. Let's go through another example. Let's start with blue and yellow. So I want blue and yellow here. Red and yellow is here. So we'll put this one down here. Red and green is here. And that is, there we go. And then slice. So now we've got 1, 2, 3 edge pairs made. I have yellow and orange there, which is nice. And you can see actually those 2 pair up already, but we don't have pairs for the other 3 here. So this is going to become more of a 3-2 edge pair, but we can keep going. I'm going to pair that up and just keep going. So yellow and orange, blue and orange, blue and orange, orange and green, because when I pair them up, it's all solved. And the reason that happened was as I was doing the solve, I created another pair that generally basically meant the 6-2, the 2 at the end was solved. And so it all pairs up. So if you've got an opportunity, don't think about like, oh, you need to mess it up or whatever. If you have to take one of these and swing it around to the other side, pop it out, pop something back in so you can continue the pairing, that usually turns out to be a good thing, because then it means at the end, you'll have 2 magic ones that get solved. If somehow you've got to the last edge pairing stages and you've got 1, 2, 3 already made, then it's pretty much not going to work, because you will find that when you do the pairing and then the split and the pairing back, you won't have enough broken pieces or unpaired wings to match up as you're going back. So basically, if you've got 3, just stick to 3, 2, 3, because you've got your 3 started already. So do a 2, then do another 3 and do it that way. Another special case that sometimes happens, whether you're doing 3-2-3 edge pairing or 6-2 edge pairings, where you have a pair like this and a pair like this. If you know you've already solved 4 edges and these two are a pair like that, then these two have to be a pair as well. Rather than doing edge flipping, joining, edge flipping back, edge flipping, joining, edge flipping back, what we can do with this is, I'll put those both up at the top. We split them and do slice like that. Put either one of the two back in, slice, slice back, and the other one will join. And now we want green, red here. Slice back, and then they'll all be joined up. Let's do that again. Another common scenario is where you've solved 1, 2, 3, 4 edges, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 unpaired left, but you notice that this one is a pair and these two are actually a pair. Now you can either pair them up, edge flip, pair them back, and do it again, edge flip, pair it back, but you can do all 4 of them with one algorithm. It's not too difficult. So instead of having them like this where they're opposites and you do it, you do edge flip and you flip back, leave them like this. Pair those two up, take one of the other pairs and slot it in, and you've got red, blue there. Come back twice, and now you've got just a regular one. So you've got orange and yellow there, which I want to patch up there, bring it back, and then you've got all your edges done. So this way it matches the 2 and the 2 at the same time, and it's heaps quicker. And then the best advice I've got for the last stage, where you have your white cross and it's just the 3x3 stage, is
Turn faster. Just turn faster.
I can't think of anything else that's going to help, and it's my bugbear. I don't turn very fast. Now, the 2 remaining issues that you come across are OLL and PLL parity. OLL parity, you want to be able to do the OLL algorithm with both hands, doing left and right, or U and U prime turns. For PLL parity, trying to do double flicks on those turns will generally make it a lot faster. Sometimes when you get to the end with PLL parity, it's easy to spot what the case is. For example, here it's going to be a T-perm, so you can either solve the T-perm, do the PLL parity first. Sometimes you get a more complex case. You might look at this and think you've got headlights there, you've got a block here, but there's a block here which doesn't look right. It's actually an R-perm with PLL parity. And you've got a decision of either do you try and second guess the PLL or do you solve the PLL parity first? And then you've got to ask yourself which direction you want to go. Do you want to go this way or do you want to go this way? You can sometimes also get a Y-perm if those two seem to be wrong, or if you've got a different kind of way to go. So for this one, I'm going to go orange will end up here, blue will end up there. That doesn't seem to be particularly nice. So I might go this way with this one. And I've now got my R-perm. And we're solved. So when you get PLL parity, during the PLL stage, have a think about quickly, if you were to swap those two, what would you get? If you swap those two, what would you get? So you can possibly then avoid a G-perm or a F-perm or an N-perm or something which just takes a little bit longer, and try and resolve it into something that's a little bit nicer, like an R-perm or a T-perm or something like that. When you get to PLL parity, if you get to this case where you've got them on adjacent faces as opposed to opposite, you do a sexy, solve it, and then sexy back. All it does is it just moves it to the back, solves it, and restores it back to where it is. And you're done. So now I've done 4x4. I've got 5x5s, 6x6, and 7x7. Those are next. Don't forget to like and subscribe down the bottom, and then you'll get some notifications of when these ones are being made. Thanks for watching.
Oh, God, stay there. It's a very stressful noise. Sorry. Here, I'm now going to narrate to the camera. Can I have that for a second? Feels disgusting because I've been sweating all day.